Hey guys, Opie here. Welcome back to my Brew City garden. Hey, so yesterday I got called out on a game of YouTube garden tag, and I got called out by a channel called Nichols Retirement Empire, and I know a lot of you guys probably came over from there. So, and I appreciate that, and I want to say thank you. That's awesome. Um, and I guess this is just a little game that kind of helps the smaller YouTubers kind of get their name out there and whatnot, which is a great thing because as of right now, I'm still sitting under 40 subscribers. Now that doesn't get me discouraged, and to have 40 subscribers is actually really cool for me. This is just more of a hobby, and helps me keep track of my garden. I can actually go back and look at my videos and see what I did and when I did it. So it's it's a big help for me. So if I get subscribers on top of that, hey, that's awesome. I'm really cool with that. So I really appreciate that. But if you're not familiar with Nichols Retirement Empire, so this is a guy from the South, the deep South, and you can tell he's got the accent for sure. But oh Lord, what a funny, cynical guy. This is one of those channels where when I watch it, and I'm a night owl, so I'm up all hours of the night, and I will just sit in my easy chair and die laughing sometimes. Some of the stuff this guy comes up with is insane. For example, the video that he put out yesterday that tagged me, he was telling a story about when he was a kid, gardening with his great aunt, and you'd have to hear it with his accent, but apparently as a child he was working in the garden with his great aunt, and he told his aunt that she was a great hoer, and I just about died. Oh my Lord, that was funny. And most of his videos are the same way. Just, you got to check them out if you haven't seen it, and if you came over from there, hey, thanks a lot, and I really appreciate that. So the garden tags, I kind of tried to go back and see where this thing started or where it came from. As far as I can tell, this goes back even several years in different forms. But anyway, it wouldn't be any fun if I didn't reciprocate. So here we go. So the questions are, the first question is, why do I garden? I guess there's a couple reasons why I garden. Number one, I just love to grow things. I enjoy it. It's a lot of fun to turn a little seed the size of a grain of sand into something just huge. And it's really neat to just watch the whole process of everything grow. On top of that, the utility aspect. I can grow my own food. I can grow my own medicine. And I can grow my own, just visually appealing plants that make everything nicer and happier. And it's just, I don't know, it's hard to explain. I guess if you're not really into gardening or have that green thumb, you might not understand, but just to turn nothing into something with beauty and utility, that's mainly why I garden. How long have I been gardening? It's kind of been an on and off thing over the years. Now, I got a taste of gardening as a child at my grandparents' farm in central Illinois. They lived out in the middle of nowhere, and it was a large farmstead, and my grandfather always had just this massive garden, a huge, I guess you would call it a victory garden really, that just perpetuated throughout the years. And they had fruit trees and vegetable gardens and perennials and just all kinds of things. It was really neat to grow up with and to watch and to kind of learn how the whole process worked. So, but over the years growing up, starting a family, moving around, I've lived and traveled all over the country. I've lived in small apartments where it just wasn't feasible to have a garden. So, outside of a potted house plant or something. So I haven't been gardening since I was a child, but I would say on this type of scale, I've been gardening for approximately 10 to 15 years. Like I said, a little bit on and off. Some years it just didn't work out, and other years I go full bore, and I've had gardens that make this look small. So, but I just love it. Any chance I get to do it, absolutely, I'll garden. Hopefully until the day I die. We'll see. What do I grow? Like I said before, I'm a very utilitarian gardener. I don't grow a lot of flowers per se, but I do grow, I grow things I can use. So obviously vegetables. We've got 7 kids, so yeah, as much as we can get on the table, hey, cool, you know, because food's expensive, especially fresh food. And there's nothing better, healthier, tastier than fresh produce right out of the garden. And it's great for the budget, it helps the bottom line, it feeds everybody, and it's delicious. So first and foremost, I am a vegetable gardener. Now, sometimes I will grow exotic plants just to kind of try them out, to play with them, because I love to learn new things. I'll grow medicinal type plants, things that we can use in a medicinal fashion from time to time, such as the toothache plant, echinacea, stuff like that. So if I can use it, I'll grow it. If it's just for decoration or pretty, I may or may not. Let's see, what else we got here? Oh, my favorite things to grow. So like I said before, I love to learn new things. So I think every year my top favorite probably changes. This year it might be the tobacco or the yacon, or better yet, the popolo. That's probably my favorite this year, the popolo, only because I've never grown it before and I'm really dying to try this stuff. If it's as good as they say it is, well, awesome. But overall, my favorite over the years is probably the same as everybody else. Tomatoes. You ever go to the grocery store and pick up a tomato, and it's pretty, it's a nice looking tomato, it's perfectly shaped, it's beautiful, it's red, you bring it home and you cook up some bacon and you put some mayonnaise on some bread, peel off some lettuce, cut that tomato in half, and what the hell is this? It's a styrofoam? There's no comparison. The stuff you get from the grocery store is garbage, especially tomatoes. So anytime I can pull a tomato out of my garden, it's gonna blow anything else out of the water. And farmers markets are okay too, but I'd rather grow my own. I can choose my variety. I can play with exotic varieties. I've got, I don't know, 15 or so different varieties this year. And that changes every year. And I've got a couple of my favorite tomatoes that I'll grow over and over. And then I experiment a lot with newer varieties. So my favorite plant overall definitely has to be tomato. And the last question is, why do I YouTube? Why do I YouTube? So it's not because I'm pretty and I want to get my face out there. No, why do I YouTube? Actually, the reason I started YouTubing was to document my garden for myself. And it's just nice to be able to go back and look at my older videos and the dates and see when I did certain things. And it'll be nice over the years to see how the seasons matched up, because every year is a little bit different. And I think if I do this for a few years, I can really get a good feel of when I should be putting certain things out, and when I shouldn't be putting certain things out. So really, I started YouTubing kind of for me, just to help me keep track of my garden, because I'm terrible at documenting things. Another reason I did it was I just in casual conversation mentioned that I did some straw bale gardening, and of course everybody's ears perk up. You know, you got the group of people that think, what? You're crazy. And then you got the other group of people that are like, wow, that's cool. How did you do that? And I heard that question enough, how did I do it? I thought, well, what the hell? I'll just put together a video series showing people the straw bale garden from beginning to end. And that's kind of where we're in the process of here this season. And I'll repeat the process again next year. Only with a little better quality, because I'm kind of starting to get good at this whole YouTube thing now, which is kind of crazy, but it's cool. And so I think next year's documentary will be even better than this year's, and perhaps the following year will be even better than that. We'll see. But that's why I YouTube. And come to find out that the YouTube garden community is a bunch of really cool people. I mean, they're really great people and very helpful too. I've got people giving me tips left and right. I've got people sending me stuff in the mail. Made some great friends all over the world, which is just, I really didn't expect that. I don't know what I expected, but that's really cool, and that's a great bonus. So I'll definitely continue to YouTube because it's just a lot of fun now. Okay, so now that I've answered the garden tag questions, I guess it's my turn to tag somebody else. And if you want to reciprocate, that's fine. If you don't, that's cool too. But I just want to give these guys a shout out because they're some of my favorite channels, and they're just a wealth of knowledge, and they're really good at what they do. So the first tag I'll put out there is it's a channel called Simply Garden, and this guy is out of the Northeast. I want to say New Hampshire, maybe. I don't know. Don't get mad if I got that wrong, but somewhere in the Northeast. And older gentleman. He uses a GoPro, so it's kind of a point of view everywhere he goes and works in his garden. So depending on how quickly he moves, it could be kind of like a roller coaster ride. But the wealth of knowledge, this guy's got a lot of old school tips and tricks that you really don't hear about anymore. And I've learned probably a lot more from his channel than I have some of the larger YouTube channels. So Simply Garden really is a great channel. So if you haven't checked that out, go take a look. And if you came to my channel from there, I'd like to say thanks. I do appreciate that. The second tag I want to put out is a channel called Grow at Home. And this guy's out of Texas, and I found his channel through another channel that he does that I've been following for a while. It's really interesting. This guy's really up on geopolitical type, financial type events and news and stuff like that. And so this guy, he actually, I think he put like an ad on Craigslist because perhaps he didn't have enough property on his own home. And so now he's sharecropping with somebody out in the country that's got plenty of land and doesn't have the ability to grow on it. So he's, put out this large garden plot, and he's going to take a share of it, and the landowner gets some of it. And I think that's a really cool idea. Somebody like me that lives out here in the city, luckily I've got a little bit of a yard, but if you don't have a yard, or perhaps you're in an apartment or something like that, wow, what a cool idea. I mean, you could just go on Craigslist, say, hey, I need some land, I'll share it with you. Let's work something out. And that's what this guy did. I commend him for that. That's an outstanding idea. That's really cool. So Grow at Home is that channel name. Check it out. The guy's, he's pretty knowledgeable. He's pretty good. I just love what he's doing. It's fantastic. And the last garden tag I want to throw out there is Renee from Little Village Homestead, and she's out of northern Michigan. I love this lady. I love this lady. She's like you just want to call her mom and give her a big hug. So not only is she's gardening, but she's also trying out the straw bale gardens, which I think is really cool. It makes me feel warm. But she's also got recipes and tips and tricks for do-it-yourself type things, how to make, like cleaning products, and she'll show you how to make a quiche. And just every time I watch her channel, I'm like, damn, I want to try that. That looks awesome. I really want to do that. So I always look forward to her videos. And it's just a smaller channel. It's nothing fancy. It's nothing, flashy or anything like that. But the knowledge is just fantastic. I mean, it's just premium content. So, I mean, it's amazing. Sometimes in these smaller channels, you can find the best content. It really is. So Renee from Little Village Homestead, Grow at Home, and Simply Garden are the three channels that I want to shout out for the garden tag. And if you guys want to do a video of your own and answer those 5 questions, why do you garden? How long have you been gardening? What do you grow? Your favorite thing to grow? And why do you YouTube? I think it would be cool to see a response from you guys. And kind of get your take on the whole deal too. All right, guys, thanks again for joining me here at the Brew City Garden. It's a pleasure as always, and I hope you like the little garden tag, and I hope my answers to the questions were sufficient. I think so. And if you guys want to do a garden tag video of your own, go for it. Thanks again to Nichols Retirement Empire. Such an awesome channel. Always fun to watch. So thanks for shouting me out there and kind of help get my name out there too. That's it's kind of a big deal. So thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. So with that being said, it's just about time for me to get out of here today. I got a lot of work to do around the garden and around the house. And I want to say thanks for sticking around to the end of the video. And just for that, a little tip. I'm not associated at all, but I just saw that MI Gardener is having a fall seed sale, 30% off of seeds. These are premium seeds, and with the coupon code FALL30, FALL30, you can get 30% off of seeds. So that's like 70 cents a pack for premium seeds. So that's a good deal. So if you're in the market for some seeds, definitely go check them out right now. I'm definitely going to order a bunch. Hey, and if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. I appreciate that. And if you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. You can keep up with us, keep up with the Brew City Garden throughout the rest of the season and for the years to come. I think we're going to have a great time. The community's growing, and we just have a lot of fun here at the Brew City Garden. So hit that subscribe button. And with that, I'm going to get out of here. You guys have an awesome day. All right. We'll see you.